Thank you for joining our online reading session of the book, The Modern Mission of Srila Prabhupada. Om Ajnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti-Vikasa Swaminathanamane Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti-Vedanta Swaminathanamane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Vicharini Vishesha Shunyamadi Paschatya Dikshita Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Vedanta Shri Vasati Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Makam Karti Bhajan Makam Gayat Kani Padma Deshi Guru Dev Dhara Om Shri Sarveshwari Guru Gaurachandra Radhikaya Tadare Krishna Krishna Bhaktaya Dadvaktaya Namaha Bhakisha Yasya Vadani Lakshmi Yasya Salakshasi Yasya Hriday Samritam Samam Samam Yasya Prakashante Mahatma Yonta Pravishya Majamam Prasuttam Sanjeev Sudha Annan Chastachan Shmantagadi Sranam Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tubbhayam. The Sansara ko Mahaprabhu Janska Vijayat Vikas Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, Jagannath Chandra Prabhu, continue to read.
Yes, Prabhuji. Village to village, distribute this book.
No, it's from here. However, Srila Prabhupada's vision for village preaching.
Okay. Yesterday I was not. Okay. However, Srila Prabhupada's vision for village preaching was not confined to India. As far as 1969, as early as 1969, he wrote, "When you distribute BTG in German by going from village to village, at that time you will make my mission successful." He told devotees in America, village to village, organize this Krishna consciousness. And upon receiving news of an enthusiastic reception by rural people in Fiji, Srila Prabhupada responded, "I'm glad that you are also preaching in the outlands." That is very nice. Lord Chaitanya wanted that his movement should be spread everywhere, to every village and city. And now by your kind cooperation, his only desire is being fulfilled. One of Srila Prabhupada's last instructions made them 2 weeks before his departing this world. Now we have to open a temple in every village.
Prabhu, made less than 2 weeks. You're reading something else. I don't know what you're
One
reading.
of the Srila Prabhupada's last instructions made less than 2 weeks before his departing this world. Now we have to open a
Hare
temple
Krishna.
in every village. Yeah. Hare Krishna, yes.
Hare Bol.
Yes, Prabhuji. Am I audible now? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji, I'm there. Yeah.
Your voice was not audible.
Okay. Now is it audible?
Hare Krishna, your voice was not audible. So
Okay.
please
Okay.
read.
Yeah. Now
Yeah,
we have
but
to
it was not. It was distracting. I don't know how.
Yeah, I think there was some.
Yeah, read. One of.
Now we have to open a temple in every village. Next page. Village organization. Seeing the potential in India's rural heartland, Srila Prabhupada had plans for nationwide organization of villages according to the principles of genuine Krishna consciousness. People are seeing this miracle. The whole world is chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. I will also show this miracle in India, how to organize villages. Especially in India, we should organize the chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra village to village, town to town. Next page, please. I would like to have a temple in every village in India and invite everyone to come and eat prasada and live with us, provided they follow our principles. Not liking that innocent people are being dragged from villages and exploited in the cities. Srila Prabhupada cited Bhagavad Gita 3.14, wherein Lord Krishna recommends them to remain where they are and produce grains. Ananda Bhavanti Bhutani. To a devotee in America, Srila Prabhupada wrote, apart from my Krishna consciousness spiritual movement, I want that people may not move from villages to the town. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, it is not Anand. It is called Annad Bhavanti Bhutani.
Anand Bhavanti Bhutani, yeah.
No, it's not Anad. It is Annad Bhavanti. Annad means Anna. Anna means grains.
Yeah, Anand Bhavanti Bhutani. Yeah. Particularly in India, Srila Prabhupada wanted local villagers to get involved in ISKCON farm projects. They should participate in Kirtana and Prasada distribution, work the land, and be trained to become devotees of Krishna. Tejiyasa Dasa, an American disciple who prior to joining ISKCON had worked in a farm development in India. Srila Prabhupada spoke extensively about his vision for an all India Kisan farmer movement, for organizing farmers to live simply, naturally, and productively in Krishna consciousness. He sent several letters to interested persons in India outlining these plans. Regarding opening a center in Saurashtra, it will be my pleasure to do it immediately if the local important men like you will cooperate with me. Saurashtra actually comes under Gujarat. I wish to open centers in the villages. The mass problem at the present moment in India is actually a food problem. I have therefore decided to start some village organization program. People should be invited to live in the village, produce their own food, grains, fruits, and vegetables, maintain a sufficient number of cows to get a large quantity of milk, produce their own cloth, eat sumptuously for keeping fit in the health, and then they can regularly sit down and chant the Hare Krishna mantra. I shall arrange for irrigation of the land and
Prabhu, it is not, it is eat sumptuously. I don't
sumptuously.
know whether.
Okay, okay,
Sumptuously.
sumptuously. The people living there should give their harbor labor for their own food and clothing, and then chant the Hare Krishna mantra and cultivate Krishna consciousness. Besides that, our men should go from village to village with a Sankirtan party and hold festivals, namely distribution of Bhagavata Prasad, and induce them to chant and join us in vibrating the Hare Krishna mantra. In India, in India, there are not less than 95% villagers, and Mahatma Gandhi wanted this village organization. I think this is a solid program. The people must eat sumptuously, not voraciously, and make them fit for working and chanting. In this way, they will be purified and everything will be nicely organized. Our next program will be to organize farming land to set an example to the whole world how people can be peaceful, happy, and free from all anxieties simply by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra and living an honorable life in Krishna consciousness. In India, especially people are religiously inclined. They like to live in villages and also like to love Lord Rama, Lord Krishna. This idealism is running through their blood and veins. We have to organize their natural tendency and elevate them again back to home, back to God. Please think over these points very seriously. And as soon as I return, we shall take up the program. Some details that Srila Prabhupada envisaged for village organization. The village organization is that local people produce their necessities like grains, vegetables, milk, and cloth. And for recreation, they have the chanting of Hare Krishna. They should live there comfortably and have spiritual recreation. They should not come to the cities. I wish to introduce this ideal now. Then if we are successful, this cheating civilization will stop. They have made these cities as hell. If people do not cooperate with them, then how will the factories run out? And if the people are satisfied by this arrangement, then what will the communists do? On my return to India, I wish to immediately hold one meeting of Kisans or agriculturalists. The idea is that land is there and Kisans may be engaged to grow food both for men and for the animals, namely the cows. The cow should be maintained very healthy so that they can give sufficient good milk. The Kisans shall live comfortably in the cottages. They should produce their food, their milk, and their cloth. everything produced will be used by themselves. All products produced will belong to Krishna Balrama. Every day, at least thrice, all the Kisans meet in the local temple of Krishna Balrama, chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and take prasada. In this way, they live peacefully and locally without going outside for their livelihood. This is the general program. In pursuance of this initiative, in late 1975, Srila Prabhupada visited Sanand, a small town in rural Gujarat. There, he spoke to large crowds composed mostly of agriculturalists, exhorting them to not run after culture of material improvement in the cities, but to remain in the villages and grow their own food and other necessities rather than cash crops like sugarcane, cotton, and especially the tobacco that was almost ubiquitous and in the surrounding fields. What does it mean, ubiquitous, Prabhu?
I don't know how to check.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to check. Somebody can check. I don't know. I'm not able to check here.
Okay. Okay, after.
That means
Everywhere at the same time.
being everywhere at the same time. Attribute of being present everywhere and everywhere. Something like that.
Okay, everywhere. Srila Prabhupada instructed his disciples embarking on the bullock cart preaching program to similarly advise the villagers they would meet.
Okay, Prabhu.
Actually, the same type of thing he did in Bombay also. When nearby village, he convinced the village people that Jew temple that we go on producing, grains and all this.
Yeah. Okay. Just give me a second. I need to do something over here. What's up? Oh, Krishna. I need to link with the device. Oh, Krishna. Got a message, but I don't get a message. Just a second. Okay. This is the end of the page. Bullock cart preaching Padayatra. This Thursday. Okay. A short history of ISKCON Sankirtan Padayatra program. Keen to kindle a global revolution in Krishna consciousness, Srila Prabhupada started the League of Devotees in Jhansi in 1953 and organized his first Padayatra on a small and humble scale. Since 1965, the year he sailed to West to propagate the mission of Sri Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, the holy names and knowledge of Krishna have reached practically every country of the planet. Most major cities and multitudinous Villages. What is this multitudinous villages? It means very numerous. Okay. Through his ISKCON institution, Prabhupada executed a strategy that continued the walking to preach tradition and was also an innovation adopted to the needs of the modern world. Having established his mission worldwide, he gradually introduced the idea of bullock cart, Sankirtan, through letters and personal instructions to his disciples. As early as 1969, Srila Prabhupada had expressed his desire that the British devotees use a bullock cart to bring fruits and vegetables from John Lennon's estate to the market in London, 40 kilometers away. He then became more specific about organizing Padayatra, first in Bombay in 1974 and later in Mauritius. In 1975, he expressed his appreciation for the ISKCON Hyderabad devotees, who had introduced this style of Sankirtan around their farm and later that year walked all the way to Mayapur. Yeah, Hyderabad, there was a farm of 500 acres, but then because the ISKCON devotees were not doing anything, they received back 450 acres, and now we have only 50 acres with us. I don't think that we have also that one. I don't know. So this is the thing. Mukunda Goswami called the Padayatra program ISKCON in microcosm. Microcosm. What is this microcosm? A small world. Okay. ISKCON in small world. Mukunda Goswami called this Padayatra program ISKCON in microcosm because it includes book distribution, chanting of Mahamantra, and dancing, prasad, simple living, high thinking, dramas, and close association with devotees. The main service every day for the devotees on the bullock cart party was to chant and spread the chanting to others. Actually, this whole thing we are reading, but it is like a dream world for us now. It is like, for example, here Prabhupada has given so many things regarding how he spoke to villagers and all. Nowadays, no devotee speaks to the villagers. Nowadays, no preaching is going on like that. They just in the cities, these so-called famous YouTube preachers, they go to center by center and they don't speak all these things. Do they speak? I don't. They don't speak to as far as the villages is concerned. They only tell people to work hard, become an executive CEO manager in a company, and then you can do so many things, work for Krishna. But that is not Prabhupada wanted. Prabhupada wanted this one. This is what is important because everybody has to eat. Everybody has to sustain living on eating grains, fruits, vegetables, milk. But for that, there is no arrangement going on. Something arrangement is going on in a cheating way. Somebody they might say that they are having, somebody is having this, that, but it is only to cater the needs of a certain class of people, some elite people, just to tell them, just to get their, people in the village, in the cities, the big, elite crowd. They are having so much of money, living in big buildings. They want to have, like out of farmhouse or somewhere where they can just live for some time, just टहल लिया, थोड़ा बहुत हवा अच्छे से खा लिया, pure water drink, and then they want to work. That is what they are trying to do. But as such, overall, Prabhupada wanted to here. Prabhupada is saying they wanted to stop the city is not at all required. Who is preaching in rural Gujarat telling that there is no cash crops? The hell lot of cash crops are grown in sugarcane, cotton, especially tobacco is grown everywhere like anything. Big leaves, not small leaves. And Sanand, now the Sanand, where our town is in Gujarat, hardly anybody is there in Sanand. Most of them are in United States. Most of the rural villages in Gujarat are everywhere. Most of the people have gone to United States. Here they are slogging and making, they do all sorts of do number ka kaam. That means they sell wine. They may not drink wine, they may not drink tobacco, but most of the Gujaratis here, they do second number business. That is motels. Of course, hotels are not second number business, but they run gas stations, they run hotels, motels, They run in United States. 80% of the hotels owners are Gujaratis. 80% of the gas stations are Gujaratis, and the tobacco, that the smokes, vapes, and the e-cigarettes are owned by Gujaratis. So this is what is Gujaratis are doing nowadays. Most of the Telugu people are running after softwares. Most of the Marathi people are running after softwares. Who is doing preaching to these people? And we are not preaching. We are going to these people and telling Krishna Katha, and which is and making them to live in the same sucking like hellish city of Atlanta, or anybody, any city for that matter. And we have nothing to do. Nothing like ISKCON and microcosm is going on. Nothing, something, some book distribution, some chanting, some flower. At least for our deities, we have to purchase flowers. At least for our deities, we have to purchase fruits, vegetables, milk, everything we have to purchase. We have to purchase and live. Go to the Walmart store, go to the big stores and purchase. That is what is the whole thing is going on. Nothing that we are producing from us. So it is very sochaniya vishay. It's very precarious condition over a period of time. We are depending fully. Now, for example, the LPG gas is not there, the petrol is not there. Uh, so I am seeing that deliberately the Britishers killed the cows and made away from cows, because from cow dung you can make very nice patties for putting in the fuel. But they don't want, because their gas to be sold, that petrols to be sold. So if you have cows, if you have cow dung, why you will purchase LPG gas cylinder? So why we have to go for gas cylinder now, and now there is shortage of gas cylinder everywhere all over India. Why? Because you have to have a gas cylinder. You need to get an OTP for that. So you need to get a mobile for that. You need to have a phone charger for that. You need to have electricity for that. So everything is linked. There's whole corporate structure is all linked. You need to have an internet. So for that, Jio is providing, Airtel is providing internet. So you need to pay for that. So you need to pay for that means they have to lay towers everywhere. So that means that tower is on your head. And you get all sorts of diseases from 5G, 4G, and everything. There is a doctor, there is insurance. So everything is interlinked. So it's all started from Rockefeller, Rothschild, the Queen Victoria families, the Ambanis, the Adanis, the Godrej, the Birlas. They are the culprits. Actually, they should be killed. I should not say this. They should be killed. Otherwise, these all people, everybody will be like that. Yeah. If you have a cow, that cow gives enormous amount of stool, whatever is called as cow dung. You make very nice patties. The sun is there. You dry it and put in the fuel. You make all sorts of dishes. But no, we have to run after LPG now. Uh, so this is what is happening. There is a war going on, and people in farm communities in Purmagram, and they don't bother what is war going on. But in the cities, devotees, they have to worry. And now, what our big preachers are telling people, what they are telling, what solution they give. अरे war चल रहा है. What is your solution? I don't want to take the names of the people. What is that famous Mataji? What she is giving solution? What solution she will give? What solution so many Prabhujis are giving? No solution. Just chant Hare Krishna. Remember Krishna. Krishna will Krishna will fill your gas cylinder, as like there was a meme. There was one lady giving saksham. Saksham means giving witness for Christianity. And she's saying, the gas cylinder was over, and I prayed to Jesus, and there was gas cylinder was full. Now you pray to Jesus. Now you pray to Krishna. Krishna will provide you gas cylinder. What nonsense are you talking? What nonsense? We have to do our work. Then we have to pray to Krishna. We don't do anything. So many devotees now, they're facing a lot of problems. Now it is going on. Everybody is coming out and making in this chula. Now the chula business. Now the opportunity for chula business is going on very nicely. So why to stay in this big hellish cities? Why to get in a house in a big apartment in the air? Why all this? Nobody preaches that. If they would preach, they will not get donations. That is what they are thinking. So it's not like that. Actually, we should go to our villages, native places, just live on the land, have some 2 cows, 1 cow, put our savings, and then everything will be done. You need to take risk. It is a risky thing. Yes, it is a risky thing. Never we lived like that. But at least some devotees, if they do it, then it is very good. That's why I invited Aprameya Prabhu. He's doing it in a very nice way in the rural village of Bengal. So every devotee, if they just leave the city and just go to their own native places, may not be going to their farms, at least to their native places, then they can preach over there. They can preach to the local communities, local people to stay over there. But now devotees are not doing it. Somebody has to do it. Somebody has to tell them. When we were in Gujarat, we used to go to the villages and tell them, don't go to the cities. No, live in the, you stay in the villages. In villages in Gujarat is much more worse than in the city. In the villages, the old 60-year-old ladies wear tight jeans and t-shirts in the villages in Gujarat. I'm telling you, Gujarat is most polluted place in the whole India. The rural villages are gone. There is nothing. Nobody wears a sari like a Gujarati style. Nobody. Hmm? Uh, I don't want to say, Gujarat is more or less like hell. It's a chemical hell. I stayed 7 years. I know what is going on. And if I tell, people will get offended. But even Gujarati devotees, they don't preach. I'm very sorry to say. Even our godbrothers don't preach like that. Uh, they may go to Padayatra, they may do book distribution, that one, but they are not preaching in a way to get out of the. I will, if any congregation comes, I will tell them, why you have come to the city? Just go to your village. Just go to your village. Go to just have some get some 20-30 lakhs of anything, whatever you have savings. Sell all the properties in your in Surat, in everywhere. Go to your village, Saurashtra, wherever it is. Purchase a land. Have like 2 cows, Kankraj cows or anything, just gear cows or Kankraj cows, and just live. That's all. Don't run after mobiles. Don't run after laptops. Don't run after preaching. Just live yourself. That is a great preaching. We don't want to do that. That is why we are suffering. We will suffer. Now Iran war is going on. Everybody has to suffer now. Okay, reading. ISKCON's first bullock cart preaching program commenced from the Fram project near Hyderabad, India. When Mahansa Swami sent a report, Srila Prabhupada responded. Now this Mahansa Swami now became Prabhu. He is preaching Ritvikism. He is there in many videos in Ritvik, ISKCON Bangalore, this one. Actually, he is Prabhupada disciple. He is now preaching Ritvikism. Such a disgrace to Prabhupada. Naturally, the Sankirtan men traveling with the below carts are blissful. It is Lord Chaitanya's engagement. Lord Chaitanya personally traveled all over the world for 6 years. His program was simply Kirtan and Prasad distribution. Lord Chaitanya never spoke philosophy in public. When he met big scholars like Sarvam Bhattacharya, he spoke philosophy. Otherwise, for the mass of people, Kirtan and Prasad distribution. So continue this program. It is pleasing to Lord Chaitanya. Shortly thereafter, Srila Prabhupada sent Lokanath Swami with a bullock cart preaching party to walk village to village in India with the mandate to induce the inhabitants to remain on the land and not to allured by the sense gratification of the cities. They would develop some real attachment to staying in village if they could be attached to chanting Hare Krishna and get religious prasad. This is what is should be done, but unfortunately something else is going on. While acknowledging that bullock cart is a very good idea for India, Srila Prabhupada wanted to make this program international. He said that the people would be surprised by it and envisaged introducing many millions of such carts all over the world. Advising a disciple in America that oxen can be used for driving carts and preaching village to village, Srila Prabhupada continued. Here in India, our Lokanath Maharaj has successfully organized such a program and it is a great success. He has traveled all over India and everywhere they distribute books and prasad and perform kirtan village to village. Each night they stop at different village. In United States, in UK, in many of the European countries, you can't have a bullock or I mean ox or bullock or a cow in the city. You can't have. There is a particular norms given by the city development authorities in every city that you should have. Government has a certain rules that you should have a certain particular land, grazing land, farm land. Then only you can have cows in United States, at least in UK and United States. You can't just like that own a cow. Even if you have a cow, you should go to the somewhere. They should, but there is a particular norm how to have a cow. In India you can own, but you can't own because people are living in apartments. They can't own a cow. Mm. So this is they have made the whole structure, the backbone of India is broken deliberately. That ISKCON devotees are not able to understand, and the preachers are not preaching. This is the problem, and this problem is increasing like anything. That's why I am against all these preachers, all the famous preachers. Personally, I don't endorse anybody to hear from them. Why? Because they don't tell people to get out of their hellish villages, to get out, to go to the native places. Even if it is risk, yes, it is a hell, lot of risk, lot of problem. But still, from 1992, Maharaj is preaching, and now it is getting effect. Now devotees are understanding, and they are giving up slowly, slowly. Many of the devotees, Maharaj disciples, have left their jobs just to live simply on land, or go to the native places, or do some astrology, do something, not to do in some karmi job. Which else sannyasi or guru is doing? Nobody is doing. And it is very, very alarming situation. The devotees are not able to, we are also going to become like karmi is going to get cancer. The Bill Gates and company, the George Soros, they are going to infiltrate into each and every food, whatever we eat. The very big massacre is going to come, and if we don't give up this one now, then it is now famous in India also. What India will eat, the agricultural policy, that is decided by certain people sitting in Manhattan and sitting in China, sitting in Russia. They decide what you will eat in Pune or in Hyderabad in India. That is being decided, and Modi will act accordingly. Our future presidents or prime ministers will act in each everybody. The Manhattan and these big corporates, they decide what you're going to eat. Then that's going to come in future. People are not realizing, devotees are not realizing that. And unfortunately, our devotees are not realizing, even though we have so much of Prabhupada's books and all that. That's why we should read this modern mission of Srila Prabhupada. That's why we want to get this distributed this. That's why this is important. Okay, continue. Advice for another devotee in America. Nice bullock carts, village to village for preaching. Make the farm the center and go 10 miles this side, 10 miles that side, 10 miles this side, etc. with 4 bullock carts. Sell books and preach and live peacefully on the farm. Now what we are doing, nobody should go hungry 10 miles away. Even if you're doing that midday meal program, you need rice, you need dal, you need all sorts of ingredients. What you're doing, you're purchasing and putting and stocking, and then selling it in black. That's what they got caught in particular ISKCON temple. They got caught. They had immense. They had overstocking of the grains. What they were doing, they were making packets and exporting it to some country. Arre Baba, what kind of scam they were doing? They got caught, and what they did, they gave bribed the authorities, the food inspectors, and they are out. And that Mataji Prabhuji are very famous now in ISKCON. Everybody wants to hear. They are the culprits. That they not people are not able to understand this. And I am open about this. They may ban me also sometimes, and I won't bother about that. This bullock cart program was a precursor of the Sankirtan Padayatras that have become a standard feature of ISKCON's outreach. Okay, who else is there? Guru Bhakta Prabhu, can you read? I don't know. What happened? I don't know. Okay. Everybody is hearing? Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Can you
Prabhu,
read,
I'll hear,
Prabhu?
Prabhu. I'm not able to read. I'm in hearing. I'm in office,
Okay, no
so
problem.
I'm from here.
Boat preaching. Okay, boat preaching. ISKCON's first ever boat preaching program was a 40-day voyage along the Ganga from Allahabad to Farakka in West Bengal, starting in January 1974. In Mayapur, early in 1976, Srila Prabhupada installed Sri Sri Gaur Nitai deities aboard a 50-foot sloop that he named Nitai Padakamala and sent a team of disciples on a trip along the Ganga to preach in riverside villages. He told the participating devotees, by doing this program, you get so much mercy from Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In order, this program should not stop. A report from the first trip. After docking at a village, they take Sri Sri Gaur Nitai ashore and go on a procession to the village door to door. And the villagers give a rupee and some foodstuffs, and in return they receive a Gita Argan. Yeah, that is a book by Maharaj Prabhupada. In this way, Bengali rendition of Bhagavad Gita. In this way, hundreds of books and large amounts of prasad are being distributed. Everyone traveling on the boat is very enlivened, especially the Gurukula boys. Chapter 7, Prasada Distribution. The preparation and mass distribution of Krishna Prasad is essential to the Krishna consciousness movement and is a central activity of Vedic culture. To distribute prasad sumptuously to the crowd is strictly in our Vedic tradition. And among Srila Prabhupada's numerous cultural contributions was the popularizing of traditional Indian style vegetarian diet and cuisine with both everyday fare and the most delectable specialities. What is it? Specialities. Truth to the fourth verse of Guru Ashtakam. Srila Prabhupada delighted in preparing, serving, and honoring prasad and in seeing others relish it. What is the fourth verse of Guru Ashtakam? What is the fourth verse of Guru Ashtakam?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I think it is that Chaturvidha Shri Bhagavat Prasad, I
Yes.
believe.
That's what is Prabhupada is writing here. Truth to the fourth verse of Sri Guru Ashtakam, Srila Prabhupada delighted in preparing, serving, and honoring prasad and in seeing others relish it. In early ISKCON days, he cooked and distributed the Sunday love feast, and he kept a jar of syrupy gulab jamuns on hand for any of his spiritual children who might feel peckish. What does mean by peckish? I think eating hungry. Okay. The sweets became known as ISKCON bullets, tasty weapons against Maya. Srila Prabhupada once popped a gulab jamun into his mouth and exclaimed, "We are eating our way back to Godhead." Nowadays, whatever gulab jamuns they make all over the world in ISKCON temples is just they purchase the gulab jamun mix from outside. What is that? Famous Everest gulab jamun mix. Am I right or not?
Git is also there.
What is that?
Git, GIT.
What is that? Git? It's a company?
Brand, yeah. Brand in Pune, yeah.
Brand in Pune. You say everybody knows brand, but previously they used to make with mawa. Mawa means from the milk that kova. They make from kova. Actually, it is made from kova. That the gulab jamuns. They were never purchasing the mix. So nowadays, every ISKCON temple, that is the mix, and people think that is prasadam. That is good. That is prasadam. That's right. But we should be getting out of it slowly. Not that we cut the packet and then put it and then make for Krishna and we think love. The leaders should have that the thinking that Arre Baba kitna saal kharidte rahenge ye mix ko. We should have something for our own. How many months, how many years we will purchase masala packets? We should have our own masalas. Why we should purchase masalas? I never saw my mother purchasing Everest masala, MDH masala. Never. I never saw any packet in my home. After coming to ISKCON, it's a wonderful that I can't make any masala. To make masala, you need to at least, everything is on the packet. I personally, when I was cooking, I never used this MDH or anything. I used to make personally myself, fry them, put them. In Salem, they have a process. They put it in the brass container and put it in the sun every day so that they get fried slowly on the hot sun with the brass plate down, and then they make the masalas. That is what they're making for the deities. That should be done. May not be that. At least they should have a process wherein they have a iron tawa wherein they put all the ingredients for masalas, and then they fry it, they roast it, and then they nicely grind it. So that is the way, that is the process. Nowadays, very few people make like that, but as such, they don't have time. So that's why they purchase. And in US, it is very famous. Everything you get ready-made. Even the khamman you make it get ready-made. The chapatis you get ready-made. The dosa you get ready-made. Everything, everything from top to bottom. The naan you get ready-made. Whatever you want, everything is you get ready-made and just put in the microwave or heater and then just eat it. Nowadays in ISKCON also they're doing it somehow because of some Prabhupada disciples. It is being stopped slowly. Otherwise, these now generation people, they just want to offer it to Krishna, even to the deities they are offering. Can you imagine what kind of horrible thing is this? And I was the person who opposed it. I was driven out of I stopped sour cream. There is a Daisy sour cream, very famous. And I showed the videos how that sour cream is made from the violence to the cows, calves and all. And nowadays they use that sour cream. It is very famous. Array, we have very nice curdle it very nicely, keep it overnight, it becomes sour and use that. No, we have to purchase all these things. We don't have cows. So this is the whole thing. It is a kitchen religion, ours is. But we don't have any arrangement for eating, even for feeding the brahmachari, feeding the devotees in the temple. What is big of grahasthas? They are leading a very horrible life. Still, they are purchasing kurkure. They are purchasing, what is this? GMO, vegetarian, this one. And they are opening the packet and offering, telling Shri Vishnu, and taking. Arre Baba, kya chal gaya? They go to the Swaminarayan restaurants, order Jain food, and they take, and that's what the devotees are doing nowadays. Yeah. So this is a very, very precarious condition even for devotees. By now, we should have done so much, but because our leaders are just giving classes on becoming humble, array, show your humility getting out of the city. Don't speak on humility so much. If you have guts, get out of the city, go to your village, live simply, and then preach about that so that your congregation leaves your place, go to their native places, live simply. That is what is real humility. Not that you get attached and get donations and maintain your temple, paying your electricity bills and all. Why? Because they don't want that. This is too much for them. This is too much. As long as it is too much, you have to eat plastic food made by Bill Gates, coming from the factory, coming from the research of George Soros and Bill Gates. That is going to come in future. Definitely, our children are going to eat some, what is that? Some chemicals which are around avocado, around mangoes, and all those things. So it is like that. It is made it is not made coming out of ground. Now, Bill Gates is going to make butter. He is going to make butter that is getting famous like anything. Not from milk or anything. He is going to make from some chemicals. It is going to taste like that. Can you imagine eating that? Eating that, what kind of diseases you could have. So this is the thing. This is going to come. They're not going to sleep. If Bill Gates is not there, Elon Musk will do. Elon Musk is there, another Musk will come. If another Musk dies, another Mark Zuckerberg son will come. So like that. So we have to get out of all these things. The phrase, continuing, the phrase Christian religion was used by Srila Prabhupada to describe the Krishna consciousness movement. In many places in his book, Srila Prabhupada describes the wonders of prasad, food prepared with devotion and offered to Krishna. He discusses such merits of prasad as how it effectively immunizes one against the contamination of material nature, how it frees one from becoming a ghost after death. Wow. Even how it is considered ecstatic nectar from the lips of Krishna. Okay, this I didn't remember. Okay. Prasad distribution should be introduced very vigorously. Srila Prabhupada declared, saying that prasad is our peak medicine for driving out Maya. Wow. Prasad will conquer everyone. Actually, Prabhupada conquered the whole Western world just by prasad. Okay, no problem. Srila Prabhupada declared, saying that prasad is our peak medicine for driving out Maya, and that prasad will conquer everyone. As Tamal Krishna Goswami said to him, prasad is our secret weapon. We are defeating the enemy with prasad. People become addicted. This secret weapon breaks down the illusion of the conditioned souls. For whoever takes Krishna prasad starts to become Krishna conscious, even with their knowledge or acquiescence. What is the meaning of acquiescence? What is the meaning of acquiescence? Consent. Okay. Their attraction to Krishna in the form of prasad prepares them to be attracted to him in all other ways. Yes, their attraction to Krishna in the form of prasad prepares them to be attracted to him in all other ways. Notably, Srila Prabhupada deemed prasad distribution to be the beginning of this movement. In the very beginning, when I was 22nd Avenue, every Sunday I was giving nice food stuff, at least 200 men, daily at least 15, 20. I was cooking myself. This is the beginning of my movement. The idea of distribution of prasad is long-standing, and I suggested this from the very beginning of my missionary activities, both in New York and in San Francisco. In Bhimavaram, particularly Maharaj told that you distribute prasad and do kirtan, you can conquer the whole Bhimavaram. Actually, Bhimavaram means it is full of Christians like anything. There are churches everywhere like anything. These so-called Rajus, because ISKCON, not that we are not preaching in Bhimavaram, but in general, ISKCON in many parts of of India, they are not preaching so nicely as Prabhupada. They are only feeding the poor. In particularly in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, ISKCON is like, it's like feeding poor organization. And I don't want to take the names of devotees, those who are horrible like anything. So it has gone to dogs. ISKCON is like, nobody knows about ISKCON. ISKCON, they know it's only sentimental somewhere, but it is not like a vigorous like the thing which goes on at least in Gujarat or in Delhi or in Bombay or in Bangalore. No, not like that. It's pure sentimental, and uh, it's not good. Okay, anyhow, continuing. Okay. Ravichan, Kartikeya, can you read? Oh, Kartikeya is not there. Prasad makes people favorable, makes devotees.
Prabhu,
If you arrange,
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Shall I read?
who is that Guru Bhakta
Hare
Prabhu?
Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, you can read, but you have to be clear
Yeah.
and you have to be slow, and
Yeah, Prabhu.
you should be mindful of commas and full stops. That's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, Prabhu. I will
Okay.
try to read. Hare Krishna. Prasad makes people favorable, makes devotees. If you arrange for prasad distribution, stated Srila Prabhupada, you become very popular, the veracity of which has been validated in the millions of plates of prasad that ISKCON has served since Srila Prabhupada first started personally cooking and serving prasad to a few fortunate souls in New York in 1966. Srila Prabhupada know from experience that the easiest way to change the hearts of the American public was through the distribution of Krishna Prasad. He was always eager to know whether the guest had released Prasad. People don't always like us for our philosophy. They love our food. Everybody likes our food. So said Revatinanda Swami in the presence of Srila Prabhupada, uttering what to most devotees seemed a self-evident truth. Krishna Prasad prepares people to become a devotees. Hare Krishna. Okay, taking of Prasad is advancement for becoming a devotee. Our Krishna conscious movement distribute Krishna Prasad, and those who eat such a transcendental food are sure to become a devotee of the Lord. To the question, if someone takes Prasad even once, is it true they are gratitude tale
Guaranteed.
at least
Guaranteed.
guaranteed at
Guaranteed.
least a human body in their next life? Srila Prabhupada replied, yes, you go on simply eating that's all. All of my devotees have come to me simply by eating prasad. If you cannot do anything, please come and eat with us. As Gargamuni Das, an early devotee, acknowledged, prasad is what hooked all of us. Prasad has the potential to turn even a demons into a devotees. Sustained mass prasad distribution can affect radical improvements of entire societies and their nations. The Krishna conscious movement vigorously approves his practice of preparing food, offering into the deity, and distributing it to the general population. This activity should be extended universally to stop sinful eating habits as well as other behavior befitting only demons. A demonic civilization will never bring peace within the world, since eating is the
Peace.
first necessity.
Not peace, Prabhu. Prabhu, it is peace.
Sorry. Peace, okay. Peace within the world, okay. Since eating the first necessity in human society, those engaged in the solving the problems of preparing and distributing food should take lessons from Mahadevendra Puri. Mahadevendra Puri, and execute the yes, Professor, Mahadevendra Puri, and execute the Annakuta ceremony. When the people take eating only prasadam offered to the deity, all the demons will be turned into a Vaishnavas. When the people are Krishna conscious, naturally the government will be so also. A Krishna conscious man is always a very liberal, well wisher of everyone. When such men head of the government, the people will certainly be sinless. They will no longer be disturbing demons. It is then and then only that a peaceful condition can prevail in society. The effect might be delayed, but eventually it will act.
Okay, Prabhu. We'll stop here. We'll continue later, next day.
Thank you,
Okay.
Prabhu.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
If any devotees have anything to ask, they can ask. Otherwise, I'll stop here.
Prabhu, this one you showed that we stop and preaching in the cities and you have to go to the farm community. But then who will take care of this I mean, in the materialistic now, this in city as a Bangalore, as a Hyderabad, they are all very sinful activities they're doing. Then for them, who have to preach
Let
them?
them do. See, Prabhu, it is not that every devotee will get out of the city. Some devotees
Okay.
will remain. At least that preaching that we have to go get out of the city should be there. And slowly, if devotees want to remain, they can remain in the city and preach. And if they want to preach, then slowly that will happen. It's not that by telling today, okay, we have to leave the city, they will make arrangements for leaving the city and go to their native villages. No, that will not happen.
Okay.
But slowly
Okay.
by telling again and again, someday they will understand that, okay, we have to leave the city and go to our native villages. And some people will leave, and some people who are cannot, but they will be in the city and preach. So the main thing is that the Muslims are working, the Islamic people are working 24/7 for jihad, and they are going country
Yeah.
after country, Japan, China, Japan. Here you come in United States, there's so many people they are preaching Islam, and how many are preaching Krishna consciousness? So very few. Some are mostly are congregations working 24, working 18 hours in the karvi job or the job they are doing,
Mhm.
and they are donating. Well and good, they are donating, but we want all the devotees to live in the temple to be. And some devotees they can't live, they can be in the as a bread maker for the people who are preaching. But it is
Yes,
not,
sir.
that is not preached. Most of the elite preachers of ISKCON, they preach only to be in the big jobs, getting salary, getting money. That is not the way. Islamic preachers, Chinese Christian preachers, 24/7 they are preaching. Are fit for our ISKCON having great philosophy, and we are not able to preach. Some brahmacharis, some grahasthas. Why only few sannyasis should preach? Everybody should preach. All the matajis
Yes.
should make so much of prasadam that it should flood the whole city, but not.
Yeah.
That is what is the thing. That is what is the problem. So we need to tell some devotees, if they realize, they will come. It's not that we are fanatics about now toward the cities. No, we are not about fanatics about the cities to leave the city. By speaking like this, some devotees will realize that there is problem in the cities, and they will leave.
Yes,
And
sir.
there should be some examples wherein they can go to their native places and then preach over there. That is the idea. It's not that everybody will leave the city by just by telling or anything like that. It's not like that. It slowly will happen like that over a period of, since Maharaj wrote Glimpses of Traditional Indian Life, the book in 1992, and that effects are seen now in 2021. What is to 1992? Where is 2020 and 2016? Can you imagine
Yes.
these many years, after 40, 50 years, Mara's book is getting, if you don't speak, if the Mara wouldn't have spoken, neither we would have got Nandagram, Kurmagram, all these grams we
Yes.
wouldn't have got.
Even now,
So that
Salem,
is the
near
idea.
Salem, there it is going.
Yeah,
One
whatever
farm
it
community
is,
is formed
wherever.
there in.
That is what I'm saying. Even if they don't go to
Yes,
the
sir.
farms, they can go to their villages. They have money, put
Yes,
in
sir.
the bank or put in the mutual funds and go to their villages and do like Aprameya Prabhu. He is not in a farm. He is in his own
Yes.
village. He's with his own families. 4, 5 brothers are staying in one place. So that at
Yes,
least
sir.
can be done. May not be to the farm. It is very difficult to stay in the farm because there is no electricity and all. You have minimal electricity, minimal. You may stay off grid. That means you have some solar, you have something, but not getting sucked by the hellish cities. Because Bill Gates is not sleeping. Bill Gates and company and all these companies are not
Mm.
sleeping. They are going to manufacture certain chemicals wherein no seeds will be grown. You have to eat that food, and you have to get diseased. You have to pay insurance. You have to go to the hospital, get medicines. This is all interlinked, and you don't know they are going to live on your body. It's like scavengers, just like vultures live on the dead bodies. People are living on your bodies. But people, if ISKCON devotees don't do now, then we have high time, because land prices are going to increase like anything, because AI data centers are going to come everywhere and they're going to place everywhere. What we are going to do? Uh, so it's all linked, and how long I can speak there? I can speak for hell lot of time, but
Yeah.
if devotees understand, then we can do it. Maharaj is speaking. Who am I? I am. Nobody knows me. But
Yes,
it is
sir.
an opportunity because so many devotees are hearing. That's why we are speaking. That's the idea.
Yes.
Okay, anyhow.
Thank you,
We
brother.
will speak to him. Okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Pancha kalpatarubhyascha
Hare
kripa
Krishna.
sindhibhyo bhavnabhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namah. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जाय, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जाय, समन्वित भक्ति विकास स्वामी महाराज की जाय। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna.